Hey there, it is just another day. It's warm, so we got that going for us. It's windy, and we just had a lot of rain, so feels like spring even though it's early. You won't believe this one. Um Saw an article that they are now talking about trying to figure out how to improve traffic in California, well, Los Angeles. If you've ever driven in Los Angeles, you know that the traffic is abysmal during normal hours. Of course, late at night, it's not nearly as bad. Most people are back at their house. But in the article I'll link below, they're talking about putting tunnels in LA. That's wild. You've got the Sepulveda Transit Corridor project. So they want to put together an automated subway line underneath Bel Air. How about that? Is that a good idea? They're aiming to do something rare in LA, get people out of their cars. People love driving in LA. There's a lot of car culture there, from modified cars to supercars to just about anything. So to try to get people to take a different type of transportation is going to be kind of a challenge. So based on the article, oh, I'm losing my come on, trying to hold her leash and this other phone at the same time, and that's hard. So um, the 405, the state of the 405, as locals call it, uh, punchline on the Californians. If you've ever watched Saturday Night Live, they always used to poke fun at the different routes they'd have to take to get different places based on how bad the traffic was. So usually the 405 came up in that conversation. And I know people that live in California and visited out there. It can be pretty ridiculous. You're driving for miles at a fairly low rate of speed, so it takes a long time to pretty much get anywhere. Um, so he's tangled me up here. So they're looking to, well, back in 2014, those of you that live in that area, and I didn't know this, but 2014 they put an additional lane in each direction on the section of 405 over the Sepulveda Pass in the Santa Monica Mountains. So they tried to fix this. They tried to add another lane each way, and you only have so much space on some of these highways to really add anything. Ooh, it is windy. But it was a 1.1 billion overhaul. The 405's rush hour drive times were minutes slower than they were before workers broke ground. So by the time they completed the upgrade to add additional capacity, they couldn't keep up. It was already too many cars, so it was actually slower than when they began 5 years later. Um, so it became this is a canonical example of induced demand. So pretty much people realize, oh, they're building another lane on the highway, so maybe I'll take the 405. And so right now, pretty much just shows the futility of trying to expand highway when you have that much traffic and nowhere really to put all these cars. Right now, it's about 400,000 vehicle trips daily. 400,000 cars daily on the 405. And, again, they just creep. Um, so what they're proposing is this new tunnel with a subway. Um, so what they've come up with is they're going to put the subway in under LA. And it's kind of wild. They're talking about putting this across the Sepulveda Pass with ridership of about 100,000 passengers every day. And so sounds like a good idea. I mean, what do you think? I know they had the train that Gavin Newsom was trying to put in, spent billions towards that, and they have nothing to show for it. If they start this project, is this something they'll finish? Does it sound kind of crazy to you? I thought so at first, but then I thought, well, someone had to bring up the idea of tunnels under New York City and Chicago and even Atlanta. And now, some of these cities have thousands and thousands of passengers a day using mass transit under the city. Even Boston, they did the Big Dig years ago to drive under the city. So they could do it. It's just a matter of trying to change people's habits and trying to get them to use public transit. I think it'll be a success if they can put it together. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you've heard anything else about this project or other ideas. Please subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And I hope to see you again in the next one. Hope you have a great day.